I had someone comment, they said, I used to agree with you until I realized how it makes no sense for God to judge you for a sin you yourself did not commit. Many people of different religions and irreligions are too good for me to accept that they will go to suffer in hell for not trusting my nonsense over their nonsense. Okay, so there's two problems with this comment, and I'm going to address them individually. The first one is the topic of being judged for someone else's sin, and I'm assuming what he's referring to is the sin, the original sin that Adam and Eve committed. And no, we're not judged for the sins of our ancestors. However, we are born into a sinful nature. In Psalms 51:5, David wrote, "Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me." This doesn't mean that we are judged for the sins of Adam and Eve or judged for the sins of our ancestors, but it means that we are born into a sinful nature, and we are all going to be judged for our sins. That's the first correction I want to make. The second one is whether or not being good enough is good enough when you consider the law of God. And this is a problem not just with non-believers, but also with believers. Because if you don't actually understand the law and God's standard, then the gospel of Jesus Christ is not good news. Because if you don't understand what you're being forgiven for, then you're thinking, okay, why do I need to be forgiven? I'm a good person. There is no one that is good. The only person that was good was Jesus. Everyone else's works are filthy rags when you compare them to God. Until you understand the law, until you understand how far away Mother Teresa or the nicest person you know, the most moral, kind, loving, generous, forgiving, good person you know, is so infinitely lost and so infinitely less than what the law requires that they cannot earn their salvation. None of us can. We absolutely have to have Jesus. And honestly, I didn't even get this for the longest time. I went to church my entire life. It wasn't until my mid-20s that I really started to understand what the gospel actually meant. There was still part of me that thought, well, I just have to be good enough. I have to do these things. And yeah, Jesus died for me. And yeah, but I still have to be good because that's how I can earn these, Christian brownie points or whatever. And I'm fearful that a lot of Christians view Christianity that way. And a lot of non-believers are confused by Christianity because they think that it's just like all these other religions. Christianity is completely unique from every other religion. Every other religion is man-made because every other religion says that you have skin in the game, and that is your ego. But Christianity is the one that says, no, you cannot do this yourself, and that is why we need Jesus.